This is the story of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, Part 4 of 4. We left off where the hero had just defeated Titan and then went to rendezvous with Y'shtola at Bronze Lake. Let's get started. At Bronze Lake, Y'shtola tells the hero to report back to the Maelstrom in Limsa Lominsa about the success in taking down Titan. The hero tells them and receives applause, then heads back to the Waking Sands. Back at the Waking Sands, the hero is horrified to find the place raided and littered with dead bodies. Someone has attacked their headquarters. He finds a single survivor, the wounded sylph Noraxia. The hero is then struck with a vision.
Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more.
Advance no further!
Bring him forth, or you shall know no mercy.
I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents. The one you seek is not here. No!
Conditions of surrender. Denied. The High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. I cannot wait to hear her scream. Bring the prisoners.
The hero checks the local church near Camp Drybone. Iliud is saddened by the news and offers help from Marques. Though the hero met Marques back during the investigation into Camp Drybone, Iliud now gives a more formal introduction and explains that Marques lost his memory during the calamity. Soon after, Marques repairs a high-tech device called a horologe and remarks that it is somehow familiar and he can't understand where his skill came from. Now back to the matter of the attack on the Waking Sands, Sister Iliud assists the hero with preparing the dead for burial. The hero then takes the body of Noraxia back to the sylphs at Little Solace. Returning to the church, Marques suspects he's being watched lately. The hero patrols the area and is attacked by a wandering Garlond. Just as he reports back to Marques, Alphinaud steps in.
I mean to revive the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, Master Cid Garlond, I have come for you.
Wait.
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
These belong to you. It is time for you to help those who truly need you.
We cannot forsake our duty. Now least of all, the Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Your very own airship. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need me.
Their search for the lost airship takes them to the mountains of Coerthas. In Coerthas, the hero meets the Ishgardians and finds that their nation is a theocracy and they are very hesitant to help outsiders. He offers assistance to Ishgardian knights and villagers in many of their camps, leading him to a quest where he recovers stolen goods for Lord Portelaine. Upon returning said goods to Portelaine, a draconian rosary is found in a chest belonging to Lord Francel, and this is Heresy. Suspecting he's being framed, the hero confronts Francel. Francel appreciates the advance warning and is willing to help, but as he'll now be preoccupied answering fake heresy accusations, he writes you a letter to take to Lord Haurchefant in Camp Dragonhead. Haurchefant is angry about the heresy accusations and also sympathetic to the hero. He agrees to assist with finding the Enterprise. Soon after, word arrives that Lord Francel has been seen heading to a Dravanian-infested region, so the hero heads there quickly. He manages to save Francel's life and none of his companions are harmed. Returning to Haurchefant, he has good news that someone has info about the Enterprise, but they're unwilling to help the hero as he's been spotted with the alleged heretic. Haurchefant says the hero must help clear Francel's name to continue. The hero inspects arriving shipments and finds several draconic rosaries stuffed into boxes. It appears someone is framing people as heretics. With strong evidence to clear Francel, the hero leaves to stop his trial. Inquisitor Guillaime refuses to stop the trial and commands his knights to attack. As the hero defeats them, Haurchefant arrives and Guillaime admits there is merit to the claims of framing. He leaves, and Haurchefant says it's time to find the Enterprise. Back in Camp Dragonhead, the witness who saw the Enterprise says it landed near the Stone Vigil 5 years ago, but the Stone Vigil is overrun by Dravanians, and the hero will need permission to enter it from Lord Drillemont. While speaking with Drillemont, Guillaime arrives and accuses the hero and his companions of lying. Drillemont believes him and refuses to help. Later, Alphinaud suggests we investigate Guillaime and figure out why he's standing in the hero's way. Nearby in a chasm, the hero finds a corpse that turns out to be the real Guillaime. Knowing that the Guillaime that's been hindering the hero's quest is an imposter is the first step, though. Next, they investigate the true identity of the imposter. After some asking around, a nervous knight named Sir Prunilla tells the hero of a secret stash of draconian rosaries. Sure enough, the hero finds it and, putting two and two together, determines that the impostor Guillaime has been planting these rosaries on innocent Ishgardians and having them put to death. All of this information is brought to Lord Drillemont, who then says Guillaime is at another trial now and he needs to be stopped. Drillemont and the hero show up to the trial and a fight breaks out in which Guillaime calls dragons and even morphs into a dragon himself, which is blatant heresy to the Holy See. Once he is defeated, the path to the Stone Vigil is now open. The hero gathers a party of adventurers and enters the Stone Vigil. They slay many Dravanians along the way, and when they reach the end, they spot the Enterprise just on the other side of a sleeping dragon. As they begin to tiptoe around the dragon, La Habrea appears. He knows that the reason they need the airship is to reach the primal Garuda, but he says they will fail. He then wakes up the dragon and vanishes. The hero slays the dragon. Cid manages to repair and start the airship. They fly to Gridania and land there, discussing what's needed next. The ship needs an upgrade, and Cid says he requires a corrupted crystal. Cid has a few leads on where they can get one. And the first two that the hero chases down both lead to useless crystals. A bit frustrated but still needing to move on, the hero pursues the third lead, a corrupted crystal that was eaten by a Spriggan near Little Solace. The hero tracks down the Spriggan and kills it, then returns with this third crystal. This one turns out to be what they need. Cid is very pleased and proceeds to upgrade the airship.
She's ready.
Enterprise, engage.
I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. Ah, yes, I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. Born and raised in Garlond. Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? But he was there for me, Father, though he proved no better in the end. And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea. Eorzea opened my eyes, and so I fought beside them. I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. The Enterprise was made for this. I remember everything. It would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
Now at Garuda's lair, the hero advances. Just before attacking, Cid is puzzled noticing that the Ixal have several Amalja prisoners and Kobold prisoners. The fight begins, and after a long battle, the hero emerges victorious.
Why do you not die?
We've done it!
O Lady of the Vortex, is that all?
Gaius!
Ah, Cid, my boy, you look well, for one who has forsaken kin and country. Insolent mortal!
Our Lord of the Inferno, Almighty, bring prompt.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crag!
We must run! Bear witness to the glory of the Empire!
Each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful.
If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender.
What chance have we against such an ungodly creation?
That was Gaius van Balsar, Supreme Commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
The Black Wolf!
Damn it, Gaius. Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It must be destroyed. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend, for we bear the light.
The three of them return to the Waking Sands, which is now dark and empty, except Yda is there, alive and well, to everyone's joy. The hero is then struck with another vision.
Feel. Think. Bringer of light. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
As the hero awakens, Y'shtola arrives to everyone's surprise. She says she's found where their comrades are being held captive, the Imperial stronghold called Castrum Sentry. Also, word has it that two men matching Biggs and Wedge's descriptions were seen escaping an Imperial airship. Meanwhile, the Garleans admire their ultimate weapon, and Gaius orders Rataten to stop the heroes from interfering with Imperial plans. Back to the hero, he now follows footprints in Coerthas in search of Biggs and Wedge. He finds Wedge alive and well and takes him to safety. The search for Biggs continues for a while until they happen upon him being attacked by Imperials. The hero steps in to defeat them and save Biggs. Returning to safety this time, there's a warm moment as the two engineers reunite with Cid and they laugh over old stories. Turning their attention to rescuing their comrades, the group of heroes travels to Revenant's Toll, a safe town that is near Castrum Sentry. Once settled there, the hero leaves to eavesdrop at a nearby drainpipe and confirms that their fellow Scions are inside. Back in Revenant's Toll, the team devises a plan to infiltrate Castrum Sentry using Imperial disguises and Magitek armor. The hero slays some nearby Imperials and steals their uniforms. Cid sets up jamming devices outside Revenant's Toll, and the hero lures a group of Imperials over. The heroes ambush them and acquire a Magitek Reaper. After some repairs, they are discovered by some patrolling Imperials, but Cid jams their communications and the hero attacks them. The team dons their disguises and enters Castrum Sentry. Meanwhile, inside...
This echo of yours intrigues us. You wish to be rid of the icons, do you not? Be so kind as to deliver the prisoners to Castrum Meridianum.
Yes, milady!
The team goes deeper into Castrum Sentry. They find the captive Scions but are discovered as intruders and they attack. They rescue Minfilia and the others, and meanwhile outside, Yda and Y'shtola confront Livia. As reinforcements arrive, they flee.
Take the leader! Kill the rest!
The Y'shtola! Yda! The reunion must wait.
This is Cid. Can you hear me? Then jump!
This realm founders for want of a ruler with true power. Embrace reason.
It's here!
Ultima weapon. The Allagans used it to crush primal and foe alike. And now the Garleans mean to do the same.
An Ascian!
La Habrea! Thancred! He was La Habrea? No, this cannot be! No!
How could I have been so blind? And so long as we stand together, there shall ever be hope of victory. The people of Eorzea falter for want of such hope. Let us bear to them the tidings that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are returned.
I am ready. Let us pay a visit to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
The Eorzean leaders meet in Ul'dah and discuss these new developments, and express frustration as Ishgard refuses to help.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Our minds are not. And our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. I would spare them the pain of further conflict.
I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
Though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it. Nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight.
While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Alas, they are gone. And the Black Wolf is at our door.
I fear you are mistaken!
Alphinaud, Minfilia, and 7 hells! Master Garlond?
You're alive! All of you!
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the primals would be folly.
Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We Scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us.
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Gridania will go to war.
Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the Waking Sands.
The Scions get together at the Waking Sands.
To think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been rekindled, and they will fight to the last.
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. The Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as Crystals of Darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred. The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. The realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. You do remind me of them. I believe that you are he, a warrior of light. Let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
The Scions draw out a battle plan, Operation Archon, for ridding Eorzea of its Garlean bases, which culminates in entering the Praetorium and destroying the Ultima weapon. The first phase requires confronting Ratatin's forces at Cape Westwind. Once everyone is in place, the hero approaches. Defeating Ratatin turns out to be extremely easy. The team cheers and continues to the next phase, but as the hero is leaving, Thancred the Ascian laughs about the hero's coming demise. Gaius is irritated with this loss and orders the hero's destruction. After rallying the troops, the hero's next mission is to enter Castrum Meridianum and disable the Magitek field protecting the Praetorium. He gathers a team of adventurers and enters the fort. The hero takes down a Garlean artifact and the Magitek barrier, as Livia watches angrily. She attacks and the hero destroys her Magitek armor. She emerges from the wreckage to finish the fight, but the hero is victorious. She cries out to Gaius and dies. With the barrier down, the heroes continue to the final phase, entering the Praetorium to destroy the Ultima weapon. On the way, Gaius, the man who raised Cid, tries to recruit Cid back to the Empire. He also tries to recruit the hero, but when both refuse, Gaius sends a Colossus to attack. They defeat the Colossus and soon after find their Magitek Reaper. They use the Reaper's cannon to blast through a doorway. Meanwhile, Nero tells Cid he's always been jealous of him being the better engineer, growing even more famous after he left the Empire. He then attacks and the heroes defeat him. On the way down the elevator, they encounter Gaius once again.
Come, champion of Eorzea. Face me.
The heroes defeat Gaius and he is impressed.
Your strength is most impressive, yet you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
The party of adventurers successfully fends off the Ultima weapon.
Why does my enemy still stand?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
La Brea.
For the Ultima weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant. The magic within has lain dormant for eons. A spell without parallel. Ultima. Behold but a sliver of my god's power.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
Against extraordinary odds, the party of adventurers destroys the Ultima weapon.
No! No, no, no! Yeah!
Pathetic. The growing imbalance afflicting the planet must be redressed. Know you the root of this corruption? Hydaelyn. Needless to say, both you and your scion accomplices cannot be suffered to interfere in this endeavor. It is past time your flame was extinguished. Bringer of light.
If thou wouldst pierce the shadows, make thee a blade of light.
And so my conquest ends, Cid.
Warrior of light, beloved son. Go forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
He's still in there.
He's going to make it, I know he is.
Please light his way through the darkness.
Yay! Our warrior of light. Look! Thancred is with him!
Though the crystal that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea. Confounded Ascians. It would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat. For now, we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral.
A new day now begins in Eorzea.
For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close, yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
The 7th Astral Era is come! And thus is ours a Realm Reborn!
What is it?
That roar. It can't be.
Did you hear that?
A primal has awakened!
They only cast the horse ride ball.
Back at the Waking Sands, Minfilia beams with pride when speaking to the hero. She asks him to stay the course as new challenges present themselves. And this concludes the entire story of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, Patch 2.0. This is a vanilla base game. Now if you want to continue the story from here, I'll be releasing videos on the patches 2.1 through 2.55. Stick around on this channel, and you can see where the story goes next. Thanks for watching. See you next time.